Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Flynn and I am the owner and maker of Flynn Sisters Boutique, and today we're going to be doing a fun winter inspired design. It's got some plaid, it's got some glitter, it's got a gorgeous hand lettered sentiment, and I just thought these turned out so cute. Now, a lot of what's in this video is stuff we've already kind of covered, but I'm showing you kind of an easier way to do this. And I don't know if you guys seen my vinyl wrapped video. It's one of my most viewed videos on the channel. Last time I checked, it had over 100,000 views. And there were some cups in that video where I just showed how to lay the vinyl and I didn't go through the rest of it. And this video will answer how I did one of those cups in that video. So I hope this answers some of your questions if you're wondering how I did a particular cup from that video. And I just think it turned out super cute and it was really easy. This is a cup you can get done in a couple of days. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. That's enough chit chat from me. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, you guys, so we're going to start by properly prepping our cup. I'm using vinyl sand to prep my cup, and it's a easy one-step process to scuff and clean the surface of your cup to prepare it for paint. This is going to help paint, epoxy, everything adhere nicely to the cup. I'm using a maroon scouring pad to help with the job, and then we're just going to rinse all this off and dry it off really nicely, and we're ready to go. Okay, and then next I'm going to cut my printed vinyl with my paper trimmer, and mainly I'm just going to trim off the white edges. Sometimes these white edges can get me in trouble later after I put this vinyl on the cup, so I'm just going to get rid of these first. And then I'm going to measure and cut a 3.5 inch wide strip of vinyl, so like a 12 by 3.5 inch wide strip. Long story short, I screwed up putting this vinyl on the cup 3 separate times, and so you'll notice in the final product of my cup it's a little smaller than 3.5 inches, but whatever. I'm using a square combo ruler to mark a straight line, like a straight up and down dot. So there's going to be like a dot that would eventually form a straight line. We're just putting 2 dots there. I don't know how to adequately explain that. And then you're going to line up the straight edge of your vinyl on those 2 little dots. So you really want to make sure that when you first go to apply this vinyl that it is totally straight on the cup. It helps if you're doing this with a skinny or straight edged cup. This one has absolutely no taper to it, so wrapping any kind of vinyl on it is a total breeze. So I'm going to leave the backing on my vinyl for as long as I can, and I'm just going to pull and smooth out my vinyl as best as I can. I know that sometimes this is hard. You guys, I made 2 of these this week and I wasted an entire sheet of vinyl both times. So I know it's not easy, but if you do it enough times, you kind of get the hang of it. And really, it's just about taking your time, leaving that backing sheet on for as long as you can, and just smoothing out little by little. Do not try and rush this. Don't try to put on large sections at a time. If you notice here, I'm just smoothing out and pulling little bits at a time. Also, if you guys have nails, be careful that when you're smoothing out the vinyl, you don't accidentally poke a hole in the vinyl. Don't ask me how I know. So we're just going to really carefully wrap the vinyl around the bottom of our cup. You guys will notice I did not spray paint my cup white first. That is because I prepped my cup, and for this particular design, I didn't really need to paint it white. So I didn't feel the need to waste my time doing that. You guys are going to see why later. And really, I think that this works just as well. I don't think you need to apply vinyl to a primed and painted surface. It'll adhere to primed stainless steel, like prep stainless steel, just as well. So that's why I'm doing that. Once we get to the very end, you'll see where both ends of the vinyl overlap each other, and you'll just run your craft knife just a little over from where that seam happens. So you don't want to cut it directly on the seam, but just like a little bit over so that you have a tiny, tiny bit of overlap. You can cut it right at the seam, but I can never hold my knife straight enough. So I just kind of cut it just a little bit over. And then you'll just pull off that excess and smooth your seam out, and you're good to go. All right, and then if at the bottom you had a little bit of, I don't know if it was like a little bit uneven or something, or you had some excess vinyl down there at the bottom, you can use this really cool cup trimmer thing. This is from the Wicked Shimmer. I'll have a link for it at the bottom. Really handy for making sure that that vinyl gets trimmed nicely around the bottom. Mine didn't really need any trimming done, but I just wanted to kind of show you guys how you would do that if you needed to make a nice even trim. You'll notice I left a pretty good amount of stainless steel around that bottom corner. It just is easier than trying to wrap the vinyl all the way around that corner. I learned my lesson a time or two of how trying to do that. And even though it looks really nice and I can finish it, if I try hard enough, I just didn't feel like doing it this time. So I came up with this way. I feel like it's a lot easier and it's going to save me a lot of headache in the end. So I'm just going to tape off my vinyl. You'll want to really carefully run your tape just right along the bottom edge of that vinyl. All right, and then I'm going to run another piece of tape along the top of my vinyl. So again, you guys, we're just masking off this whole printed vinyl section. And you'll want to make sure that you get your tape really smooth and nicely applied here, because that tape is going to be used for not only paint but also epoxy later on. So you want to have a nice, good, solid seal on your tape. I'm going to spray paint it really nicely with some white matte spray paint, and then once that dries, we're going to cover our cup with epoxy with glitter in it. So I just mixed 30 milliliters of epoxy, and then I added enough glitter to completely cover the top of my medicine cup, and then I mixed that glitter in really well. You'll want to make sure that your glitter is evenly mixed through your whole pot of epoxy. And then while my cup is on the turner, I'm just going to apply the glitter epoxy mixture to the white sections of my cup. You'll want to avoid the masked off sections, of course. So you could do the same thing over pretty much any color of spray paint. I originally did this over a candy pink spray paint. That's the cup I did with the white and black hearts. And it really helps if you use like a white opal glitter. I like using a finer cut of glitter for this. I feel like if it's too big of a cut, you're going to see streaks in your glitter when you apply it. You also want to make sure that you don't add too much glitter, but you don't add too little. So finding the right ratio is really key. And again, for me, a good rule of thumb is covering the top of my medicine cup with glitter is enough. And you want to make sure that it's mixed all the way through your epoxy evenly. And just really look at this under light. Like if you could see under the light that the glitter is evenly distributed on your cup, you've taken the time to smooth it out nicely, you should end up with a really beautiful result. It is pretty natural for your epoxy to kind of pull away from that top edge of the cup. And the only advice that I have is to maybe let your epoxy sit for about 5 minutes before you go into this process. And that's going to kind of help your epoxy adhere up towards the top a little better. Mine will still kind of separate a little bit. So it's kind of unavoidable, but I don't really think it's bad enough to where it's noticeable. Okay, and then I'm going to actually put the same epoxy and glitter mixture down at the bottom that's exposed. This is going to make finishing our cup so much faster. So again, avoiding the masked section of vinyl, I'm going to apply the same glitter and epoxy mixture down at the bottom of my cup as well. Okay, so once you've got everything evenly spread out and it looks good, you're gonna wanna set a timer on your phone for 1 hour. Set a kitchen timer, set a microwave timer, set your phone timer. Don't forget to come back after an hour and remove your tape from over that vinyl, okay? And then just let this roll for 4 to 6 hours. All right, and so next I'm going to show you guys how I print my water slides. I've got Google Docs open. It's a free program. You're going to start by setting up your page to have 0 margins, and you want to set the paper size to A4 if you are indeed using A4 size water slide, which I think is pretty much all of it. Then in Google Drive, I'm pulling out my images that I downloaded. These are just some images that I purchased from Etsy. I will have links to these images down below in the description box if you would like to purchase them as well. I thought they're super cute for winter. And I had just uploaded these to my Google Drive earlier. You could totally just download these to your computer or however you do things. So once I've got my images together, I'm going to go back into my document here, and you can really just click and drag images straight into your Google Doc. And then you want to change the page break to that center option there with a 0 margin. And this will allow you to add all your images to the page without them like realigning oddly. You could layer images in this way as well. And then you'll just resize them to where they would fit on your cup. I just kind of use the little margin ruler thing up there at the top to kind of guess what size they are. And it usually turns out pretty well for me. I'm also going to use this cute hand-lettered sentiment. This baby, it's cold outside. This is from one of my favorite hand lettering shops. I will have this linked below in the description box as well. And again, I'm just going to use the ruler on the screen there to try and measure my image to the size that I want it. I'm going to change the page break to the middle option and 0 margin. Okay, and then once I have this sized how I want it, I'm going to add this little twig thing, twig image thing that came with a pack of winter images that I got. Same pack as the little bird image thing here. They all came in a pack of images that I got from Etsy. So I'm just going to resize this, and then I'm going to tilt it a little bit just to add a little flair to my quote here. I thought it was really cute. And again, you know, because we changed that page break option to the middle option there, we are able to kind of layer our images on the sheet here. So then I got this cute little baby it's cold outside image that I'm so obsessed with. I thought it was so cute. And then I'm also going to fill up my page a little bit by adding this vintage Santa Claus picture that I love. I did a cup with this last year, and it is one of my favorite images of all time. It is so cute. And again, I'm just kind of using the page ruler there at the top to kind of measure how big my image is. And yes, I could add more images to my sheet, so I'm not wasting a page of Waterslide, but I just really didn't have time to fill up the sheet with images. But you would just keep adding images as you'd like to fill up the page, so you can use your whole sheet of Waterslide. So anyway, once I've got all my images on there, I'm ready to print. So I'm just going to go to File, Print. And when the print dialog box comes up, you're going to want to make sure that you have your page size set to A4 under More Settings. So that paper size, that needs to be A4. Then you're going to scroll down and select Print from System Dialog. Then go to Preferences. You're going to select Photo Printing. Under paper type, I select Luster, A4, Print Standard High, and then I hit OK, Apply, and Print. So here's what we got. And I'm going to seal my Waterslide 3 times with Rust-Oleum Clear Gloss Spray. And I really think the trick to getting a good solid water slide is 3 even coats of spray. So shake your can really well and do 3 light even coats. So no drips and no pooling of spray. We're gonna apply our water slide to our cup, and I've got some lukewarm water. My cup has been drying for 8 to 12 hours before I'm starting on this part of the process, okay? And I'm just gonna cut out my sealed images. And you wanna apply your water slide to a smooth, glossy surface. Anytime you're using clear water slide, it's really important that you are only applying it to a glossy surface. If you had to sand for whatever reason by this point, you could sand but then spray a clear gloss coat or do another coat of epoxy before you apply your water slide. I'm just going to put my water slide into some like lukewarm room temp water and let that sit for a moment. And you'll be able to kind of feel when it starts to lift off the transfer sheet. I'm just going to put it on my cup where I want it and hold one side of the water slide and pull the backing sheet out from underneath it. And then you're just going to really lightly kind of smooth it out with your fingers, and I use a wet paper towel to help kind of push out any excess moisture. Make sure you look at this under some really good lighting. Make sure you've got all the bubbles smoothed out. You're gonna wanna let that dry for at least an hour before you epoxy over it. So for these, I just put a couple coats over them for my final coats, and that was it. I did kind of want to do a vinyl strip between the plaid and the glitter part, but I kind of like how it just looks as is without the vinyl lines. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, if I should have added the vinyl lines or not. I don't know, I kind of like the simplicity of these. I thought it was great to get a couple of holiday designs knocked out in a couple of days. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel and hit that bell button so you don't miss a notification. We do upload videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. If you love this video, you could check out our last video here. Also be sure to find us on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and of course subscribe for all our new videos that come out every Wednesday and Saturday. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.